So we have 14-12 left in the first period. Again, thanks for everybody that's joining us. Hopefully we have the Wi-Fi capabilities. The rink doesn't get great service. It's also not the greatest view from up here. Spear with a shot deflected by Flint, saved by the goalie. Flint picks up the puck, sends it cross ice. Williams dumps it up towards Giesman. The puck leaks out into the neutral zone. Flint has some room. Flint with a shot, saved by Merrill. So Flint with a little bit of a breakaway there, saved by Merrill. So we are playing the Flint Firebirds for our third game of the round robin in the CCM Motown tournament. Giesman with the face-off goes back towards the corner. Centering pass blocked off of Williams' skates. Flint dumps it down. Williams behind the net. Spear will pick up this puck, hits it along the boards. Moore will collect it, sends it up and into the neutral zone. Giesman with some speed to try to get to that puck. Flint sends it around behind the net, and then they change directions again. Flint towards the middle. Billadu breaks that up, keeps it in the offensive zone. Flint's there. Billadu keeps that puck in. Baker's there to keep it in as well. Flint finally gets it out into the neutral zone. Wilson breaks up that play, gets it to Billadu. Billadu still fighting for that puck. Billadu fighting for that puck again. Eichfeld brings it into the offensive zone. Billadu fighting for that puck along with Eichfeld. Baker will pick up the puck, but it goes behind the net. Flint sends it around, but Billadu gets to it. Eichfeld and Billadu fighting for the puck before Flint gets it up and out into the neutral zone. Brooks on D with a nice poke check there. Goes towards the middle. Wilson pokes it towards the boards. Eichfeld picks up the puck, gets it to Billadu. Billadu back over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld dumps it down before they go on a change. Billadu putting pressure along that puck, and unfortunately we're going to get a tripping penalty. So I'm just going to check in with Chad for a second just to make sure everything's up and running. So again, this is the third game of the CCM Motown tournament near Detroit. The 14U Mustangs are taking on the Flint Firebirds. This is a must-win game, and we must win by a good goal differential to help us, because only the top 8 teams out of 20 go on to the quarterfinals. So wide line with a face-off. Flint has it at the blue line, passes D to D, broken up momentarily by Sheehan. The puck is centering and leaks out of the zone. Flint will have to regroup. Flint picks up that puck, sends it cross ice to the far boards. Flint steps in, wide line picks that off. Wide line has some room. Wide line tries to get around that player, poke check by Flint. Wide line still putting pressure along that puck. Flint has a little bit of speed, but they lose the control of the puck there. Sheehan in the neutral zone, poke checks that up momentarily before Flint dumps it down. Wilson behind the boards. Flint tries to center it, gets broken up. Flint with the puck in the corner, gets it out towards the point, but it does leak out, so Flint will have to regroup. Flint dumps it down hard off the board, a weird bounce there. Wilson has some time behind the net as Flint was going on a change. Wilson sends it over towards Sheehan. Sheehan will go to try to get this puck as the Mustangs go in a change. Flint has some speed while the Mustangs are in a change. Downey comes in to poke check that. Brooks with it, dumps it up towards the middle. Downey will go over to the far boards to try to get to this puck. Flint changes directions before they send it into the neutral zone. Brooks picks this up and dumps it down, but it hits the netting. So we have 11:05 left in the first period. The score is still 0-0. We have 1 second left on our penalty kill. So we're going to have Brooks, Downey, Knob, and Conrad. Downey with the face-off. Conrad trying to get to that puck. Goes off a bunch of feet. Billadu is out of the box. We're back to full strength. Downey tries to get this up. Flint has it back on D. Gets it into the neutral zone. Knob is there to poke check it. Moore comes on. Moore gets it towards Downey. Moore along the boards again. Trying to get it towards the middle. Flint comes away with it. Brooks picks it up momentarily before Flint checks it down. Knob sends it along the boards, but Flint keeps it in. Flint towards the middle, but Knob will pick this up. Knob has some speed through the neutral zone, dumps it down after he gains the red line. The goalie will play it behind the net. The Mustangs are on a change. Flint has this in the neutral zone with some speed. Flint trying to get around. Centering pass broken up. Wenzel has the puck. Gets it towards Moore. Flint keeps it in. Flint with a shot. Williams deflects that. Williams dumps it down hard. So Flint will pick this up. Passes it behind the net. I think that's Eastman over along the boards there. Downey dumps it down. Wenzel behind the net to try to break up that play. Gets it towards Eastman, but Flint will pick this off. Flint has a little bit of room. Good job by Downey to pick off that puck. However, it gets taken away behind the net momentarily, but Downey does get it along the boards. Williams sends it back the other direction. Wenzel along the boards with a check to break up that play, but Flint comes away with it. Flint passes it out into the neutral zone. DDD pass by Flint. We bring it into our defensive zone. Flint regroups, dumps it down. Wilson hits it hard along the boards, takes a weird bounce towards Lugar. Lugar tries to get it out, but Flint keeps it in and dumps it back down. Williams hits it hard along the boards to Lugar. Lugar tries to get it towards Downey and does. Downey into the offensive zone. Backhanded shot just wide of the net. Downey still putting pressure along the boards. Zoldy there trying to get some pressure. Wilson sends that up, but Flint sends it back down. Wilson behind the net over towards Zoldy. Zoldy gives it up towards Downey. Flint has it. Shot saved by Merrill. Wilson putting pressure along the puck, but Flint comes away with it. Flint centers it towards the point. Deflected. Ooh, dangerous shot there. So deflected shot. Lugar tries to glove it down and covered by Merrill. So we have 8:10 left in the first period. The score is still 0-0. We'll have a face-off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Baker, Brooks, and Wilson. Eichfeld with this puck. Eichfeld through the neutral zone. Eichfeld dumps it on net. Goalie sheds it to the far corner. Baker gives that puck towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld fighting for that puck along the boards. Baker will pick this up, backhands it towards the middle. Knob at the point, shot, deflected, saved by the goalie. Baker over along the corner. Bilodeau there trying to keep it in. Flint does get it out, sends it over to the far boards. Flint will dump it down on net. Merrill saves it. So a face off to the left of Merrill. 7:36 left in the first period, still 0-0. We're going to have Sheehan, Conrad, wide line, Steer, and Knob. The wide line with the face-off. Flint sends it back to the point. Flint sends it up along the boards there. Conrad with the puck. Gets it towards Steer. Steer hits it along the boards over towards Sheehan. Knob will pick this up, hits it up off the boards into the neutral zone. Flint tries to regroup. Cross-ice pass. Wide line putting pressure and breaks up that play. Gets back to Steer. Steer hard hit up towards Sheehan. Flint D-to-D pass over to the near wall. Knob tries to break that out. Sheehan comes up with the puck. Sheehan grouping. Flint picks this off. Flint towards the middle. Gets it around Steer, but then they lose control. They drop past it, but it gets picked off by Wide Line. Wide Line has one man to beat. Sheehan tries to break up that play. Flint sends it up and out. We have Williams and Wilson back on D. Flint tries to get it around, gets broken up. Wilson with this puck in through the neutral zone. Wilson brings it into the offensive zone before Flint gets it out. Moore and Giesman are on. Williams will go back to collect the puck. Changes directions up along the board and then changes directions again. Wilson will pick this up, hits it hard along the boards. Moore and Giesman trying to get to this puck. Moore sends it up into the neutral zone. Flint regroups. Wenzel putting some pressure along that puck behind the net. Wenzel and Giesman fighting for that puck. Moore is there as well. Flint comes away with it. Flint through the neutral zone. Flint passes it to the near boards. Wilson putting pressure along that puck. Flint has it behind the net. Gets broken up by Williams. Wenzel sends it behind the net towards Williams. Flint comes up with it. Passes it to the point. Passes it to the circle. Cross ice pass. Shot saved by Merrill. Flint dumps it back down towards the red line. Williams is there to try to break up that play. Flint comes away with it. Gets broken up. Moore has it in the middle. Sends it to Giesman. Giesman over towards Moore. Moore tries to get it up, but Flint takes it away. Flint with a shot deflected by Giesman. Williams sends it up and out of the zone. And that'll, well, rolling puck, so maybe not icing. So Flint sends it up. Cross ice pass broken up by Steer. Steer sends it up along the board. Zoldi is there to put pressure, breaks up that play. Downey keeps it in. Downey with that puck shot, saved by the goalie over top of the net. Flint hard pass into the neutral zone, and that should be icing. So we have 4:39 left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. Goal will face off to the left of the goalie. We'll have Brooks, Steer, Lugar, Zoldi, and Downey out for the Mustangs. So Downey with the face-off. Zoldi tries to get it back in. Steer with a shot deflected off of Flint. Lugar dumps it behind the net. Downey will come over to put some pressure, but Flint does get it out into the neutral zone. Flint has a little bit of speed. Poke check by Steer and Brooks. Cross and pass. Steer breaks that up. Steer gets it out, but Flint keeps it in. Flint centering pass broken up by Zoldi. Zoldi along the boards putting pressure before Flint sends it behind the net. Lugar along the boards. Redirection. Brooks hits it hard up along the boards towards Zoldi. Zoldi towards Downey in the middle. Flint comes away with it before Steer picks this up. Steer over towards Zoldi. Zoldi brings it into the offensive zone. Zoldi trying to get it down towards Downey. Broken up by Flint. So we have Lugar and Knob back on D. Flint with a little bit of room. Good job by Knob to break up that play. Centering pass off of Lugar's skates. We've got bodies down along the board there. Downey trying to get to that puck. Steer will pick it up. Gets it over towards Lugar along the boards. Lugar breaks up that play, gets it to Steer. Steer tries to hit it up and out, but Flint keeps it in. And we're going to get a penalty. So Flint will be going to the box. Or no, I guess both of them. So Flint and Lugar will be going to the box. Offsetting penalties, so it should be 5-on-5 still. So we have 3:19 left in the first period, still 0-0. We'll face off to Merrill's left, so we'll still be 5-on-5 for those offsetting penalties. We have Knob, Baker, Bilodeau, Eichfeld, and Williams. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Still fighting for that puck. Flint sends it up to the point. Other point. They dump it down. Knob putting pressure along that puck. Gets it up. But Flint with a shot. Deflected by Williams. Another shot. Wide of the net. Eichfeld picks up this puck and hits it hard up towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau gets it into the offensive zone, but he has to get around two Flint players. Flint does pick this off. Sends it up, and no icing. Knob will get to this puck, gets it to Baker. Baker up off the boards, but Flint keeps it in. Knob hits it off the boards again. Knob brings it into neutral zone, passes it towards Eichfeld. and that'll be icing. So 2:29 left in the first period, still 0-0. We'll face off to the right of Merrill. Sheehan, wide line, Conrad, Brooks, and Wilson on the face-off to Merrill's right. So the face-off goes over along the board. That's Wilson, trying to get to the puck. Wide line will go behind the net. Flint comes away with it. Conrad breaks that up momentarily. Flint hits the puck hard behind the net and wraps around. Sheehan there to try to pick up this puck along with Wilson. Flint comes away with it. Centering pass, shot wide of the net. Flint brings it around, wrap around, saved by Merrill. Brooks has that puck, gets it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan fighting for that puck. It does leak into the neutral zone up towards Conrad. Conrad has a little bit of speed, gets it around that player before he gets hit into the boards. Wide line, trying to get to that puck. He goes down. Sheehan fighting for that puck. Wide line still on the ice underneath Flint players. Brooks tries to get a shot off. Deflected. Brooks does get another shot, but it's gloved down by Flint. Flint through the neutral zone. Flint dumps it down. Sheehan will pick up the puck. Gets it up towards Conrad. Flint sends it back down and keeps it at the point to point. Shot, saved by Merrill and covered. So 1:15 left in the first period, still 0-0. We'll face off to Merrill's right. Steer, Knob, Wenzel, Moore, and Giesman. So Giesman with the face-off. Steer will pick this up. Steer trying to get it behind the net, but Flint picks it off. They center it. Thankfully, it was broken up. Still in front of the net. Steer gets it out towards the corner. Wenzel hits it behind the net. Moore gets that puck to Knob. Knob sends it high up towards Wenzel. Wenzel fighting for this puck. Giesman in support. Giesman still trying to get to that puck along with Wenzel. Knob hits that puck hard behind the net, wraps it around. Moore will go over on that wall, tries to center it, gets broken up by Flint. Knob putting some pressure along that puck. Good hit by Knob to break up that play. Moore over. Oh! Little bit of extracurriculars going on. So we're going to get a roughing penalty against Flint. Oop. The ref ran into the Flint player. So Flint will be going to the box for a minute 30 for roughing. So we'll be on a power play for a minute 30. We have 22.7 seconds left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. We have Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Lugar, Downey, and Steer on our power play line. So Eichfeld with the face-off goes down towards the corner. Puck leaks around to the far wall. Flint sends it up. Steer tries to keep it in, but it bounces out. Waiting for the Mustangs to get back on sides. Downey with this puck. Downey regrouping, sends it over towards Bilodeau, but it gets picked off by Flint. Flint has some speed, and that'll be the end of the period. So at the end of the first period, the score is 0-0. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching. Sorry about the late start there. We were trying to get the Wi-Fi issues figured out. Again, this is the third game of the CCM Motown tournament coming to you near Detroit. We are actually coming from you from Rochester, Michigan right now, from the rink we were at last night, but on a different sheet of ice. This one doesn't have as great a view. We are a little bit on the offsides. We're going to have an ice cut between the first and second period. This tournament, every 2 periods, they have an ice cut. So there was an ice cut between the second and third of the last game. So we get one between the first and second. This is a must-win game for the Mustangs. And we must come away with a big goal differential to try to get into that top 8. Again, this tournament has 20 teams in our division, and only the top 8 go to the quarterfinals. 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss. So definitely a big game for us to win, and then we'll see how it shakes out afterwards. There's still so many games going on. There's no prediction. And I do also want to give a huge shout out to Jackson's pap for his birthday today. So happy birthday to Jackson's pap. But we're going to put you on mute right now while they do the ice cut, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, we're back from the ice cut intermission. Thank you everybody for hanging tight with us while we had that ice cut. Like I said, this tournament, every 2 periods they cut the ice. So we didn't have an ice cut before our game because the game before us had an ice cut between the 2nd and 3rd period. Then we had the ice cut now. So the teams will just kind of warm up for a second on the new ice. Again, this is the 3rd game of the CCM Motown tournament near Detroit. We won our first game against the Ohio Prospects yesterday afternoon. We lost to the Chicago Jets last night. And then after these 3 round robin games, they'll kind of determine it based on points. For 2 points for a win, 1 point for a loss, 0 points for, 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 points for a loss. And then it goes to the tiebreakers with goal differential first, then goal quotient, and then fewest goals against, fewest penalty minutes, and then a coin flip if they're still tied. And with having 20 teams, there's going to be a lot of ties and a lot of figuring out. And there's still a lot of games to be played, so too hard to determine what's going to happen. So we just have to play hard, win this game, and try to get a big goal differential. So Merrill's going to the net on our right. We have Downey, Eichfeld, Billadu, Lugar, and Spear. We still have 1:08 on our power play. 15 minutes up on the clock. Both teams get excited. Puck goes over towards Billadu. Billadu brings it in. Drops it back for Steer. Unfortunately, the puck leaks out. Flint will try to get to it, but Steer is there. Comes up with the puck. Steer brings it into the offensive zone. Steer with the puck centers it towards Billadu. Couldn't get the shot off. Lugar with the shot. Oh, off the post. Lugar dumps it down behind the net. Billadu will go over to the corner to try to pick up this puck. Flint sends it hard, but good job by Downey keeping that puck in. That looked like it hurt though. Shot deflected by Flint out to the corner. Billadu comes up with it. Billadu centers it to Lugar. Lugar with the shot just wide of the net. Billadu behind the net gets it over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld comes in, shot off of the goalie and saved. So good pressure there on that power play. We still have 24 seconds left on our power play. We're going to have Giesman, Conrad, Knob, Wenzel, and I believe that's Brooks. So Giesman with the face-off goes towards Conrad. Conrad picks up this puck, but Flint takes it away. Flint sends it hard around the boards. Brooks tries to keep it in, but Flint comes away with it. Flint has some speed, passes it over, but it gets broken up by Brooks. Brooks sends it towards Wenzel. Wenzel brings it into the zone before it gets poke-checked out. Knob picks it up, passes the weight to the Mustangs, get back on sides, dumps it down on net, saved by the goalie. Knob tries to center it, but it gets deflected by Flint. Giesman will pick this up in the neutral zone, sends it over to Brooks. Brooks through the neutral zone, dumps it down. Flint picks this up behind the net, hits it hard around the boards. Knob is there to try to keep it in, does leak out. Giesman sends it over towards Brooks. Brooks hits that puck up, but Flint keeps it in. Flint with the puck, saved by Merrill. Oh. So Merrill had the initial save, and then the rebound went in. I think that puck jumped up off of either the pads or the stick and in. So that'll put Flint up on the board, 1-0, 13-16 left in the second period. The wide line with the face-off. Wilson sends it towards Sheehan. Sheehan towards Moore. Wide line in the neutral zone. Flint will take it back and redirect. D-to-D pass. Flint centering pass broken up by wide line, who sends it into the zone. Moore gets hung up, still trying to fight for that puck. Wide line comes away with it, shot just wide of the net. Wide line fighting for that puck, dumps it down behind the net. Flint sends it hard up. unfortunately, that'll be offsides. So we have 12:37 left in the second period. We're going to have Brooks, Steer, Lugar, Downey, and Zoldi. So the puck goes hard down there. Downey over along the wall. Downey getting it back towards Steer. Steer to Downey. Downey over towards the far wall. Flint brings it behind the net. Flint regrouping, broken up by Steer momentarily. Zoldi putting pressure along that puck, dumps behind the net. Flint hits that puck up towards the point. Mustangs are there to try to break that up. And we're going to get a tripping penalty. So I think that's Lugar that's going to go to the box for tripping. So we'll be on a penalty kill for a minute 30. We have 12:02 left in the second period. Flint is ahead 1-0. We're going to have Brooks, Steer, Eichfeld, and Bilodeau on our penalty kill line to a face-off to the left of Merrill. So Eichfeld with that face-off. Flint keeps it in, but Bilodeau poke checks that into the neutral zone. Gets it over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with some speed. Eichfeld trying to get that puck centered, but Flint takes it away. Bilodeau putting some pressure. Flint brings it through the neutral zone. Flint to the corner. Poke check by Brooks. Brooks sends it up along the boards. And that'll be tripping, or no, interference against Flint. So Flint will be going to the box for a minute 30. We still have a minute 4 on our penalty. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 4, and then we'll have a short power play. 11:36 left in the second period. We're going to have Bilodeau, Downey, Knob, and Wilson. Downey with the face-off. Flint hits this puck hard along the boards, leaks out. Wilson will go back to collect. Wilson over to Knob. Knob brings it through the middle. Knob with some speed, dumps it down after he gains the red line. Knob will go collect it behind the net, but Flint changes directions. Flint, cross-ice pass goes off of Downey's feet. That looked like it hurt too. Bilodeau trying to get to that puck. Bilodeau keeps it. Oh, nope, it was off. Hopefully Downey's okay. That looked like it hurt going off of his skates. And he's looking like he's a little bit light on his feet there. So we have Giesman, Moore, Williams, and Steer. Moore picks up this puck. Moore still fighting for this puck along the corner. Giesman will go in assistance. The puck goes behind the net. We still have 14 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, but we're going to get a penalty against Flint for cross-checking. So that'll put 2 Flint players in the box. So we'll be 4-on-3 for 9 seconds, and then we'll be 5-on-3 for a little bit. The first penalty for Flint still is 36 seconds, and then a minute 30 for that other one. So 4-on-3, and then we'll be 5-on-3 in 9 seconds. Eichfeld with the face-off. Flint hits it behind the boards. Bilodeau over along the wall will pick up this puck. Bilodeau brings it in. Bilodeau with a shot blocked by Flint. Bilodeau keeps that in by going down. Wenzel goes down, and tripping penalty. So tripping against Flint. So that'll put 3 Flint players in the box. So our penalty ran off, so we'll be 5-on-3. And then, so there's 19 seconds left on that first penalty, a minute 14 on that second penalty, and then a minute 30 on the third. So I think we'll be 5-on-3 for minute 14, if I am correct, but I could be wrong. So Wenzel centers it, couldn't get the shot off. Eichfeld with this puck sends it back to Steer. Steer down to Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to get it around. Eichfeld behind the net. Eichfeld still trying to get that puck. Flint gets it up and out. Steer Downey will regroup. Glad to see that he's back out there after that puck off the skates. Downey through the middle there. Downey with a shot just over the net. Bilodeau over along the boards. Eichfeld to Wenzel. Wenzel behind the net. Wenzel with a backhand shot saved by the goalie. Downey with a rebound. Bilodeau with a rebound. That goalie made some good saves there. Those were some good shots. Downey up to Steer at the point. Flint does poke check that out. I think we still have 50 seconds left on our 5-on-3. Steer dumps it back, but the Flint poke check it out into the neutral zone. Downey regroups. Downey brings it in. Downey behind the net. Downey goes down. Flint brings it through the neutral zone. Flint dumps it down. Bounces really weird. Oh, good save by Merrill. That bounced right to that Flint player in front of the net, but good save by Merrill there. So, cross-ice pass. Couldn't connect there. Flint has some speed. Flint with a 2-on-none. Flint coming up and save by Merrill. That was a big save by Merrill again. Breakaway save. Steer hits that puck up and out to Giesman. Giesman has some room. There's still 2 seconds left on the other pen. Nice pass to Downey. Downey with a shot. Good save by the goalie and covered. Oh, that was a good look there. Good look there. So great job by Merrill on some of those saves, and unfortunately, good job by the Flint goalie on those saves too. So we have 8:31 left in the second period. Flint is still ahead 1-0. We have Brooks, Knob, Giesman, Moore, and Wideline. So the puck leaks out into the neutral zone. Brooks picks up this puck, changes directions, sends it up to Moore. Moore gets it out towards Wideline, but Flint will pick this up, hits it hard off the boards. The puck kind of sitting on the line there. Giesman trying to fight for that puck. Wideline hits it in. Flint will come up with the puck, sends it cross ice. Wideline will be the first one to it, dumps it down. Flint there. Giesman with a good job breaking up that play. Giesman gets it to Wideline. Wideline tries to get a shot off. Moore there trying to get a shot off. Gets broken up. Wideline trying to get in and in! So great job. So Wideline with that pass to Giesman, and Giesman with the goal. So that'll put the Mustangs up on the board. So great job there. Way to stick with that puck. So pass from Wideline to Giesman. Giesman with the goal. So now we're tied 1-1, 7:48 left in the second period. So we're going to have Williams, Brooks, Wideline, Moore, and Sheehan out there. Sheehan with the face-off. Flint sends it down behind the net. Williams will pick this up, sends it over towards Moore along the boards. Oh, centering pass. Ooh! So centering pass initially deflected off of Merrill's stick, went to Flint player in front of the net, shot and in. So that'll put Flint up 2-1. So quick response from Flint. Hopefully Mustangs can keep up the energy. We have Wenzel, Sheehan, Conrad, Williams, and Steer. So Conrad with a face-off. Flint dump it down. Goes over towards the side of the net. Merrill sticks it to the corner. Flint brings it around, up to the point. Flint with a shot, saved by Merrill. Flint will pick this up in the corner, dumps it down. Conrad tries to bring it up, centering pass there, broken up by Conrad. Flint has it behind the net. The shot up broken up by Sheehan. Sheehan still fighting for that puck, gets out to the corner. Flint with a shot deflected, saved by Merrill. Oh, saved by Merrill again, and Merrill reaches out and covers it. So that was a strong sequence for Flint there. Thankfully, we were able to keep it out of the net. 6:31 left in the second period. Clinton still had 2-1. We have Downey, Lugar, Zoldi, Knob, and Steer. So Downey comes up with the puck, drop passes it to Lugar. Broken up momentarily by Flint. Flint does get it out. Flint has some speed through the neutral zone. Steer back on D. Flint with the puck takes it behind the net. Flint centers it. It's broken up by Downey. Flint with a shot goes off of Downey again. Downey picks up the puck. Downey with some speed. Downey with a shot just wide of the net. Flint have this puck. It bounces off their own player to stay in. Knob centers it. Lugar is there to try to get the rebound. Still loose. Zoldi comes in, tries to get the rebound. Oh, that player's knocking Lugar down. So the Flint player was keeping Lugar down on the ice, so he's going to go to the box for cross-checking. So we're going to go on a power play again. We have 5:49 left in the second period. Score is still 2-1 in favor of Flint. We're going to have Steer, Downey, Eichfeld, Bilodeau, and Wenzel for our power play line on a face-off to the left of the goalie. So Eichfeld with a face-off goes towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it to the red line, centers it, poke check by Flint. Flint comes up with it. Downey with some pressure. Downey breaks up that play momentarily. Flint still has it along the boards. Downey still putting pressure along the puck. Flint brings it behind the net. Broken up by Wenzel. Wenzel with the puck. Goes up and out. Eichfeld has this puck. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie. So we have 5:19 left in the second period. 1:01 left on our power play. We're going to have Baker, Moore, Giesman, Knob, and Brooks. So Giesman with that face-off. Brooks with a shot, saved by the goalie. So Giesman with a face-off again. Flint picks this up, hits it hard over along the boards. Knob in a foot race, but that'll be icing. So we'll keep Baker, Giesman, Moore, Brooks, and Knob out there. Another face-off to the left of the goalie. We still have 48 seconds left in our power play. Baker with that puck brings it towards the middle, gets deflected over towards the near wall. Moore drops it back for Giesman. Giesman back up towards Knob. Knob down towards Moore. Moore to Giesman at the point. Giesman with the shot deflected up and over. Moore still fighting for this puck. Puck leaks along the boards. Giesman and Knob fighting for that puck. Moore comes up with it. Moore passes it to Knob. Knob centers it to Giesman or Baker. Baker tries to get a shot off, saved by the goalie. So some good looks on that power play. We still have 14 seconds left on the power play. We have Conrad, Sheehan, Wideline, Steer, and Wilson. Wideline with the face-off goes down to the corner. Conrad sends it behind the net. Sheehan trying to get to that puck. Puck leaks up. Wilson keeps it in. Shot saved by the goalie. Conrad will pick up this puck. Wilson goes back to cover the man coming out of the box. Wilson goes up to keep it in. Wilson gets it to Conrad. Conrad dumps it for Sheehan. Sheehan behind the net. Sheehan centering, broken up by Flint. Flint gets it up. Steer has it, but unfortunately has to wait till Mustangs get back on side. Sheehan in to get to that puck. Sheehan centers it, bounces off of the Flint. Shot by wide line. Steer over along the boards. Still fighting for the puck. Steer and wide line. Wide line comes up with it. Wide line still trying to get to that puck. Flint takes it behind the net. Sheehan is there to break up that play. Flint has it at the red line. Ooh, they hit that right off of their player. Wide line fighting for this puck. Gets it down towards Conrad. Conrad hits it around towards Sheehan. Sheehan fighting for that puck. Flint sends it hard up. And that'll be icing. So good job by the Mustangs there. We have 3:15 left in the second period. The score is still 2-1 in favor of the Flint Firebirds. So we have Downey, Lugar, Zoldy, Williams, and I think that's Knob. So Lugar picks this up in the neutral zone. Lugar dumps it down. Flint will send it D to D. Flint off of their player again. Zoldy trying to break up that play. Williams there trying to break up the play. Flint brings it in. Centering pass. Flint in front of the net there. Knob picks this up and gets it over towards the wall. Shot wide of the net. Zoldy will go over along the boards, but Flint changes directions. Knob will pick this up, but Flint keeps it in and sends it towards the middle. Zoldy gets it up and out. Flint will have to regroup. Goes off of Downey again. That's multiple blocks that he's had that look like they are painful. Williams with that puck gets it up towards the point. Zoldy gets it out into the neutral zone. Downey has some speed. Downey gets it around that player. Oh, good save by that goalie again. Great try by Downey. Downey behind the net, centers it. Lugar tries to get a shot off. Zoldy tries to get a shot off. Brooks dumps it down. Lugar fighting to get to this puck. Flint sends it around. Steer keeps it in. Steer fighting for this puck behind the net. Lugar changes directions. Flint gets it up and cross ice pass. Zoldy tries to break up that play. Bounces towards Merrill, who has to play it. Steer brings it behind the net. Steer hits it hard off of the boards into the neutral zone. Flint has to get back on sides, and they don't. So 1:34 left in the second period. Score is still 2-1 in favor of Flint. We're going to have Eichfeld, Baker, Billadu, Steer, and Brooks. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Puck leaks down. Brooks is there to keep it up towards Billadu. Billadu brings this into our offensive zone. Billadu dumps it down. Baker goes behind the net. Flint comes up with it. Sends it up, but Steer breaks up that play, but the puck leaks out. Billadu fighting to get to that puck. Billadu trying to send it down. Eichfeld gets hit into the boards before he sends it over towards Baker. Flint takes that puck away. Brooks hits that puck over along the board. Steer is there, sends it behind the net. Brooks will pick this up. Changes directions. Brooks takes it behind the net. Serving, hits it hard up and off the boards into the neutral zone. Flint will have to get back on sides. Billadu is there to break up the play. Billadu gets it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot, saved by the goalie. So 36.1 seconds left in the second period. We're going to have more. Wenzel, Giesman, Williams, and Knob. So Giesman with the face-off goes towards Moore. Moore to Williams. Williams with a shot deflected by Wenzel. Oh, I thought that was in. The puck leaks around towards Knob. Knob towards Moore. Wenzel will pick this up, tries to get it back around Moore, tries to do a wraparound, deflected by Flint. Flint up and out into the neutral zone. Flint has a little bit of speed. Flint brings it around, broken up by Williams and Knob. We do get the puck out into the neutral zone. Wenzel with some pressure. Flint brings that around. Giesman breaks it up momentarily, and that'll be the end of the second period. So at the end of the second period, Flint is still ahead 2-1, but great job by the Mustangs, bringing some energy and some good shots. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, this is a must-win game for the Mustangs. So again, we have 20 teams in our division, and only the top 8 go to the quarterfinals. There's a whole lot of math involved with the tiebreakers and lots of games still to be played today, so we won't know till later on what game we'll play in and what time we'll play in, but it will be tonight that we'll have a game. Again, this is the CCM Motown tournament coming to you from near Detroit. We're at the Suburban Ice Arena in Rochester, Michigan. The weather's pretty nice here. It's nice and sunny outside, pretty warm. This rink's a little bit cooler than the other 2 rinks. The other 2 rinks did have heaters, so it was nice that you didn't have to bundle up. Not too bad, but a little bit chilly. So Merrill's going to our net on the left. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadu, Baker, Steer, and Williams out for the Mustangs to start the third period. So Eichfeld of the face-off goes towards Baker. Still hanging up in the feet of multiple players. Billadu gets it up towards Baker. Baker has a little bit of room. Baker's still fighting to get rid of the puck. Flint takes it away. Flint through the neutral zone before they dump it down, and that'll be icing. So we'll have face-offs down to the right of the goalie. We're going to keep that same line out there. Eichfeld with the faceoff goes over towards Baker. Baker dumps it down to Eichfeld behind the net. Eichfeld brings it around, centering pass, bounces off of Flint. Knob sends it back down towards Billadu. Billadu over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it in, gets broken up by Flint. Brooks will go back to collect, hits it high up and does hit the glass and not the netting. Flint brings it in. Knob does a great job breaking up that play. Eichfeld trying to get to that puck. Flint gets a shot off, broken up by Brooks, who sends it up and out. Billadu with some speed to try to get to that puck. Flint brings it through the neutral zone, dumps it down after they gain the red line. Knob over along the boards. Knob sends it up and out. Wide line, dumps it into the offensive zone. Sheehan with some pressure before Flint gets it out. Steer will pick up this puck, brings it along the boards and gets it into the zone. Sheehan putting some pressure before a cross-ice pass by Flint. Flint sends it up to Wilson. Wilson over towards Conrad and wide line. Wide line dumps it down. Flint will pick this up behind the net. Flint cross-ice pass into the neutral zone. Flint dumps it down behind the net. So Sheehan hits this puck up, shot wide of the net. Flint dumps it down behind the net. Steer is there to break up the play. Wide line trying to get that puck out. Wide line still fighting for that puck. Steer gets it away momentarily. Steer hits it up along the boards towards Sheehan. Flint has it at the point. Shot deflected wide of the net. Wilson will pick up this puck, sends it hard off the boards. So it looks like there was some stuff going on behind the play there. Steer will be going to the box for a minute 30. I did not see what happened because it was behind the play. Did you see what happened? Okay, so it looks like it's a roughing penalty against Steer, so he'll be going to the box for a minute 30. Downey with the face-off goes towards Zoldi. Downey picks up the puck, brings it in through the neutral zone. Downey dumps it down. Flint picks up this puck, changes directions behind the net. Zoldi putting some pressure before Flint gets it up and out. Flint cross-ice pass. Flint surveying, gets it towards the middle, broken up by Zoldi. Zoldi hits it hard off the boards, but Flint, oh, nope, they don't keep it in. Downey is there to get to that puck. Downey dumps it down. Downey still fighting for the puck. Downey gets a shot off, but saved by the goalie. Downey got tangled up with a Flint player. Flint has it in the neutral zone. Knob will pick this up. Knob brings it back, hits it hard up off the boards towards Downey. We still have 36 seconds left on our penalty kill. Shot wide of the net. Downey dumps it back down as the Mustangs go on a change. Flint have it into the neutral zone. Williams putting some pressure along that puck. Flint brings it behind the net, centering. Pass gets deflected by, I think that was Knob that deflected it. Sorry, that was Brooks that deflected it. So cross-ice pass by Flint. Brooks hits that up into the offensive zone. Moore will pick up this puck. Moore with a shot and in! So great job by Moore getting to that puck, shot and in. So that'll tie it up. So we're 2-2 with 11:15 left in the third period. So that was a shorthanded goal for the Mustangs. Another broken stick. I think that's the third broken stick of the weekend. So we still have 2 seconds left on our penalty kill. 11:16 left in the third period, tied up 2-2. We have Brooks, Giesman, Wenzel, and Wilson. Flint comes up with the puck, dumps it down behind the net. Wilson will get to this puck along with Wenzel. Giesman poke checks it up to Eichfeld. We're back to full strength. Eichfeld brings that puck around. Eichfeld behind the net, changes directions. Eichfeld passes it to Wenzel. Wenzel towards the middle, but it gets broken up by Flint. Flint gets it out. Wilson will go back to try to collect. Goes back behind the net. Wilson still fighting for this puck. Flint comes up with it. Flint gets it up to the point. Flint with a shot, saved by Merrill. Flint with that puck. Brooks breaks that up. Oh, they have him in a headlock. That puck goes up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau over towards Eichfeld. D-to-D pass by Flint. Flint sends it in through the neutral zone. Williams back on D, gets it over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau to Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to get it in. Bilodeau keeps it on that line. Shot by Bilodeau, saved by the goalie. Baker in there to pick up this puck. Baker gets it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld centering pass covered by the goalie. So 10:01 left in the third period, still tied 2-2. We're going to have Downey, Baker, Bilodeau, Knob, and Williams out for the Mustangs. So Downey with that face-off goes over towards Baker. Baker sends it down. We have a cherry-picking Flint player. Knob saw that and went back for it. Flint, hard pass to that player. Flint to the middle. Flint with a shot, saved by Merrill. Good save there. Flint with another shot, saved by Merrill. Williams will go over along the boards. Tries to get it out, but Flint has it. Downey does pick it up. Downey changes directions. Downey hits it hard along the boards over towards Baker. Flint keeps it in and dumps it back down. Downey picks up this puck. Downey has some speed, brings it in through the neutral zone. Downey around that player. Downey behind the net. Mustangs are on a change. Downey to Eichfeld in the middle. Flint sends it hard up along the glass. Brooks keeps it into the neutral zone and dumps it down. Unfortunately, it goes off of some skates. The puck leaks down, and that'll be icing. So 8:56 left in the third period. Tied 2-2. We have Eichfeld, Zoldi, Lugar, Brooks, and Steer. So Eichfeld with a face-off. Lugar or Zoldi with a shot. I couldn't see which one. Saved by the goalie. Zoldi fighting for that puck. Brooks with a shot. Deflected side of the net. Lugar trying to get to that puck. Zoldi trying to get to that puck. The Flint player does come up with it. Poke checks by Brooks out to the wall. Brooks and Zoldi fighting for this puck along the boards. Still fighting for this puck. Eichfeld comes in assistance. Eichfeld trying to get to that puck. Zoldi trying to get to that puck. Brooks sends it to Steer. Steer sends it back around. Eichfeld tries to get it out. Goes to Zoldi. Flint keeps it in. Down towards Steer. Steer up, but Flint keeps it in. Eichfeld does get it out into the neutral zone. Eichfeld trying to get through those three Flint players. The puck goes over to the side. Lugar trying to get to that puck. He gets taken down. And we've got a kneeing penalty. So Flint will be going to the box for 1:30 for kneeing. 7:52 left in the third period. Still tied 2-2. We'll be on a power play for 1:30. Brooks, Knob, Giesman, Moore, and Wenzel. On a face-off to the right of the goalie. Giesman with a face-off goes towards the corner. Giesman fighting for that puck. Flint sends it hard around the boards. Knob tries to keep it in, but it does bounce out. Brooks sends it over to Giesman in the middle. Giesman dumps it down. Bounces, and the goalie has to play it. Flint hits it up along the boards, brings it into the neutral zone, and they're going to be offsides. So 7:24 left in the third period. We still have 1:02 on our power play. We're going to have wide line, Bilodeau, Eichfeld, Downey, and Steer. So Eichfeld with the face-off, stuck in some feet. Steer gets it over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it into the zone. Eichfeld with a shot. Oh, wide line tries to get the rebound in. Wide line with another attempt. Flint tries to get it out. Steer over to Downey. Downey back to Steer. Steer to Bilodeau in the middle. Flint picks this up, hits it along the boards, goes back to Downey. Downey's surveying, hits it towards Steer, gets out into the neutral zone, wide line, sends it up along the boards, but that'll be icing. So 24 seconds left in our power play, 6:45 left in the third period, still tied 2-2. Bilodeau, Eichfeld, Steer, Downey, and wide line are still out there on face-off to the left of Merrill. So the face-off goes towards Steer, who dumps it back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld cross-ice pass, unfortunately gets picked off. Flint with a shot saved by Merrill. Flint picks that off again. Flint towards the middle, but Steer picks that off. Steer gets tripped. We have a delay penalty. Merrill's going to the bench. Downey with that puck. Drop pass, shot, saved by the goalie. We have the extra player on as Merrill went to the bench for that delayed penalty. Conrad in. Conrad dumps it to Downey. Downey with that puck over to Steer. Steer with a shot. Bouncing puck. Eichfeld gloves it down. Shot. Ooh, wide line. I think that's wide line in there with a shot. Oh, we got a tripping penalty. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess that would be the call for the delay penalty. So we had a 6-on-5 advantage there for that delay penalty. Unfortunately, we had some good attempts, just couldn't get it in the net. So we'll be on a power play for 1:30, 6:02 left in the third period, still tied 2-2. We have Downey, Steer, wide line, Eichfeld, and Bilodeau. So Flint comes up with the puck, dumps it down, goes around the net. Steer will pick this up, hits it up towards Eichfeld. Unfortunately, he takes a weird bounce. Wide line tries to get it up, does get it to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with this puck over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it in, gets poke checked over to the near boards. Eichfeld changes directions, gets it to Bilodeau. Bilodeau looking, centering over to Steer and in! So great puck movement there. Bilodeau saw, or wait, was it Steer? No, I think it was that wide line? Yeah, so that was wide line. So Bilodeau got it over to wide line, over on the side, shot and in. So great job by the Mustangs there to capitalize on that power play. So the Mustangs are up 3-2. We have 5:34 left in the third period. Giesman, Sheehan, Conrad, Brooks, and Knob. So Giesman got kicked out of the face-off there. Conrad will take it. Conrad with the face-off. Still staying there. Flint comes up with it. Flint brings it in. Poke checked by Knob. Knob gets it up to Giesman. Giesman to Conrad. Flint collects it. Sends it down. Brooks changes directions over towards Sheehan. Conrad gets it out. Flint sends it back down, but Conrad does get it back up to Giesman. Giesman centering. Conrad is there. Tries to get the shot off before the goalie poke checks it. Sheehan sticking with this puck along with Conrad. Sheehan and Conrad fighting for that puck. Flint comes up with it. Flint coming in. Poke check by Knob. Flint comes around. Poke check by Knob again. Knob gets tripped up. Knob sends it around the boards. Flint will keep this in and dumps it back down. Knob will pick up the puck, gets it up to Conrad. Conrad hits it hard out, but that'll be icing. So 4:28 left in the third period. The Mustangs are winning 3-2. We'll have a face-off to the left of Merrill. We're going to have Wilson, Downey, Wenzel, Moore, and Eichfeld on a face-off to Merrill's left. So we have the face-off goes up to Wenzel. Wenzel has some speed. Moore with him. Wenzel dumps it down after he gains the... Oh, I guess he didn't gain the red line. So Eichfeld will take the face-off again. Flint hits it to the boards. Downey comes in to try to break up that play. Wenzel with this puck again. Wenzel to Moore in the neutral zone. Flint hits it back, but Eichfeld picks this up. Eichfeld brings it into our offensive zone. Eichfeld with a shot off of the goalie. It's still loose. It's still loose. Moore is there trying to get that puck in, and we get it in! I think that was a goal by Wenzel. So great job. Initial shot by Eichfeld, and then Moore tried to get that puck in, and then I think Wenzel was the one who finally got that goal in. Unfortunately, we do have a player down. I think Moore is down. Hopefully he's okay. Their goalie's down too. Hopefully he's okay. There were lots of bodies in front of the net there. Hopefully both kids are okay. Moore got over to the bench. They're still taking a look at the goalie. You never want to see any kid get hurt. So they're still checking out the goalie right now. So the goalie's sitting up, getting his helmet back on. So that goal puts the Mustangs up 4-2 with 4:04 left in the third period. The goalie is standing up slowly. Glad to see that he's okay, at least for right now. It looks like he's going to be staying in. So thankfully it doesn't look like it was too bad of an injury. So 4:04 left in the third period. Mustangs are ahead 4-2. Eichfeld with a face-off goes back to Downey, who hits it to Zoldi. Zoldi dumps it down. Eichfeld will pick up this puck. Eichfeld and Zoldi trying to get to this puck. Flint comes away with it. Flint through the neutral zone. Downey putting some pressure. Flint comes behind the net. We're going to get a penalty there. So Downey will get a penalty for holding behind the net there. So we'll be on a penalty kill. We have 3:38 left in the third period. Mustangs are ahead 4-2. We'll be on a penalty kill for a minute 30. We have Brooks, I think that's Wyline, Billadu, and Steer. Billadu poke checks that, but he gets down. Flint comes up with it. Wyline picks off that puck, gets it up, bounces off of some players. Billadu fighting to get to that puck. Billadu putting some pressure. Wyline hits that puck up. Flint has to regroup. Flint will pick this up behind their net. Billadu in front of the net there, putting some pressure. Flint come in. Wyline tries to pick that off. Flint brings it into the defensive zone. Flint behind the net. Poke checked by Brooks. Flint brings it up to the point, sends it over to the circle. Shot saved by Merrill and covered. Oh, we've got some tempers flaring right now. So Flint will be going to the box. So we still have 40 seconds left on our penalty. Flint will be going to the box for a minute 30. 2:47 left in the third period, so we'll be 4-4 for 40 seconds. And then we'll have a power play after our penalty runs off. We have Lugar, Baker, Williams, and Knob. Baker with the face-off. Puck goes behind the net. Hits the puck around. The puck leaks down. Knob will go back to get this. Knob serving, hits it along the boards. Flint keeps it in. Shot down behind the net. Williams will go to pick this up. Williams tries to get it around behind the net. Knob is over there. Flint sends it down behind the net. Knob will pick this up. Baker with the puck. Baker over to Lugar. Oh, they were just offsides. So we have 2:11 left in the third period, 3 seconds left on our penalty, and then we'll go on a power play for 51 seconds. The Mustangs are winning 4-2. Tempers are definitely flaring. Lots of hits here in that last sequence. Eichfeld, Billadu, Wilson, and Brooks. Flint comes away with it. Flint dumps it down behind the net. Flint misses the puck. Wilson will go to get this, collects it. Wilson has some speed through the neutral zone, dumps it down after he gains the red line. The goalie is out of the net to play this, sends it up along the boards. Billadu keeps this in. Billadu over to Downey with a shot, saved by the goalie. That was a beautiful slap shot by Downey. Good pass by Billadu, but good save by the goalie. So we have 1:46 left in the third period, 29 seconds left in our power play. Eichfeld, Wenzel, Billadu, Downey, and Steer. Wenzel tries to get that puck towards the middle, gets deflected. Eichfeld over to the corner. Flint sends it behind. Billadu will pick this up. Billadu towards the center to Wenzel and in! So Billadu from behind the net to Wenzel and in. So that'll put the Mustangs up 5-2, which is awesome because we need that goal differential. So great job by the Mustangs. That goalie's been making some great saves, so we got to get that goalie out of position. Passing is the key. Great job by the Mustangs. Billadu, Eichfeld, Wenzel, Downey, and Steer. 1:36 left. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey since that kicks the player out of the box. Flint has it. Poke checked by Eichfeld over to the corner. Eichfeld picks up this puck, hits it hard around to Wenzel. Flint has this puck, shot, deflected behind the net. Sorry, got a little excited there. Flint sends it up. Flint with a shot, saved by Merrill, but I think that's Eichfeld that got down. The Flint players are taking some extra liberties there at the end. Hopefully Eichfeld's okay. Flint will be going to the box. So Eichfeld's down. Hopefully he's okay. Coach Bert's checking him out. So Coach Bert's checking Eichfeld out. We have 1:17 left in the third period. We're going to be on a power play for a minute 30 after that penalty against the Flint player. We are winning 5-2. So I see Eichfeld smiling. That's a good sign. So Eichfeld's getting up. Looks like he's able to skate off on his own. That's always a good sign. You never want to see anybody get hurt. So we're going to have a face-off to the left of the goalie. We're going to have Lugar, Giesman, Zoldi, Downey, and Steer. Again, 1:17 left, a minute 30 power play. Downey with a shot, saved by the goalie, deflected back. Steer sends it behind the net. Giesman will get to this puck. Flint tries to get it up and out. Downey with another slap shot, saved by the goalie. Steer picks up this puck. We have 59 seconds left. Zoldi will go over along the boards, sends it down towards the corner. Flint sends it up and out. Flint through the neutral zone, broken up by Lugar. Downey will pick this up. Downey's serving. Ooh, poke check by Flint, but it does get to Giesman. Giesman gets it out into the neutral zone. 40 seconds left. Flint dumps it down. Steer will pick it up behind the net. Steer serving. Steer gets it up towards Zoldi. Zoldi tips it. But that'll be icing. So 25.4 seconds left in the third period. 38 seconds left on our power play. We're winning 5-2. So we're going to have Wilson, Williams, Wenzel, Bilodeau, and Wideline on a face-off to the right of Merrill. The Wideline with the face-off goes to Wilson. Wilson sends it up and does get out of the zone. Flint will have to regroup. Good job by Bilodeau, who picked that off. Bilodeau through one player. Flint trying to get to it. Bilodeau and Wenzel fighting for that puck. 10 seconds left. We're still fighting along the boards. Wenzel trying to get back there. Wenzel gets tied up along the boards. Oh, those Flint players are not. Uh-oh. So time has run out. The Mustangs have won 5-2. The last game that I watched with the Flint players, it got pretty physical at the end as well. So great job by the Mustangs. 5-2 win. Great job. So that'll get us some good goal differential points, and it'll get us the 2 points for the win. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching us. Sorry about the ending to that game, but we're glad we came away with a win. I am not sure when we will play or what kind of game we will play, but we will post on my Facebook page once we know what game we'll play, and then we'll also try to put an upcoming thing on YouTube, Brickwall broadcast, whenever we know what game we're going to be playing as well. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you back at some point later tonight. Hopefully all the other teams that are playing today, good luck to them, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.